transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may approve what is good and acceptable and perfect with God. So
let me break it down. It says Colossians 3 verse 11, where there is neither Greek nor Jew, circumcision nor uncircumcision, because you had a lot of people that were Hellenized, that became conformed to the Greek fashion during the time of Alexander the Greek, Antiochus Epiphanes. You know about the Greek Empire, a lot of our people were conquered by the Greeks.
Well, they killed all their philosophers as well. So yeah. They killed all their philosophers as well.
What philosophers?
The Greeks killed a lot of their philosophers.
Yeah, a lot of it. They forbade us from keeping the high holy days, being circumcising ourselves, so forth and so on. The Sabbath day.
Are you all circumcised?
Of course we're circumcised.
So were you born circumcised?
I was. Oh no, we were circumcised.
From birth?
Yeah, I was circumcised.
me too, yeah.
What I'm saying, like if you look at ancient Greek pottery, you'll see us on it. So that actually happened.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And this is not fallacy, it's actually happened. Like, that shows you the proof that we're the Israelites. That's further proof. That we wasn't taken from Africa, they took us from Israel. They conquered us in the land of Israel, which today is called Palestine or whatever you call it. Okay? So I said Greek nor Jew. Now a lot of our people think that it's talking about white people. No, it's talking about Greek-speaking Jews. Hellenistas, meaning Greek-speaking Jews. So whenever you see the word Greek, don't get ignorant and think, oh, white people. You know, you think of white people in Greece right now.
I know that the ancient Greeks weren't white. Even if you look at Achilles had dreadlocks. When you look on pottery, you see he had dreadlocks.
Okay, Achilles was said to be a demigod.
Yeah, he was supposed to be
a goddess.
Yeah.
So that didn't really happen.
There's a good map you should look at called St. Peter's Projection. I don't know if you've ever heard of that map.
No.
Apparently it's a true map of Africa and so on and so on. But you guys, I find it very interesting. I'm not here to put anyone down. I always ask, and I think...
All I'm trying to say is that we spoke Hebrew once upon a time.
Yeah.
And we migrated into Africa.
Well, the ancient Bible is Hebrew. It's written in Hebrew.
Right.
The Orthodox Ethiopians follow it.
Right, so what would you acknowledge yourself as being?
I'm an African.
Well,
You see what I'm saying? So you don't.
I'm an African because I know historically we weren't taken from Israel.
What do you mean?
We were taken from West African shores, which is not Israel.
Right, I'm saying we migrated to West Africa, and that's where we were taken. Give me that teacher. All right. You have to understand history. I can see that you understand history to an extent, but you don't understand the fact that we're not indigenous to the land of Africa.
What years did we migrate?
You already read it to 70, 80. And even before that, because we were already in Africa going as far back as
not all of us
ancient Babylon.
But there's a flaw in your theory, because not all of us are from the same tribes. Tribes migrate differently, so I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you that a large proportion of us were in Africa because we always had that connection with Africa because we were slaves then. For the people who are now in the land of Sudan.
Yeah.
Those are the new Egyptians.
Yeah.
Alright? So we always had that connectivity. When you read the book of Jeremiah, you had a population of our people still in Egypt during those time periods. But I'm saying, as a bulk, we migrated into Africa during the Roman persecutions.
2,000 years ago.
In bulk, we migrated down South Africa, East, but mainly West Africa. You are like ancient Ghana, over time, ancient Ghana, the Songhai Empire, alright? Mansa Musa.
And brother, if I may add one thing, because if you, like this brother, he's from West Africa, he's from Nigeria, right? And you know, you got certain brothers like you from Sierra Leone. Now, if you look at those tribes of the day, they still kept the Hebrew soul culture. They circumcise themselves on the 8th day when they produce, male children or what have you. And they still uphold certain laws and commandments that goes back to the Bible. Why? Because originally, okay, when you go further back, as the brother shown you, we're from Jerusalem originally. Okay, but due to various captivities we've been scattered abroad, and you know, a lot of us. I won't say a lot of us, but a good reasonable amount of us was in Africa still.
Right. Right.
All right. That's all due to the scatterization of our people.
So you know, when I travel Yoruba,
Yeah.
and Ghana, Shanti,
Yeah.
they circumcise their sons on the 8th day.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're fully aware of that. So you understand that that's an ancient custom.
Yeah.
Now that's not some recent custom
No, of
that they
course.
just made up because of the church. That's something that they
Circumcision
always did.
is not needed though, but I understand it's
You
ritual
have to
practice.
understand that where did that custom come from?
I understand it's ritual practice, yeah.
Is it what?
I understand the ritual practice.
But you understand where it came from. That's a Hebrew practice. Alright? That's something that they got from their ancestors.
Yeah.
So that's further proof that those people are of Hebrew origin. They're not indigenous to that land. Even a lot of the words is just like Hebrew. They say Wahala, which means evil or trouble. Or there's a lot of words that are like Abba, Gada, the end that has that same pronunciation. That's Hebrew. That's Hebrew. Even the dashikis that they wear, some of them got fringes.
Right.
They got fringes. That's Hebrew.
Oh, you get
That's
you get
Hebrew.
You get it in,
You understand what I'm saying? We're not related to the
30th.
Ethiopians, Somalians, Eritreans.
Well, Somalians were conquered by the Italians.
That's not the point I'm trying to make.
But you
The
said-
point is
but you
the
said
point
we're
is
not
I'm trying to
related.
make is that we're not related to those people at all. We look different from them. It's only that we're different.
Well, we look different
We're of a
because
different species of people.
that's not true.
That is true.
Come on now,
not
come on,
true.
you're playing games.
No. Listen, you're talking history. Science is a whole nother ballgame.
We're not
gonna
talking about science.
You
We're
are
talking
talking
about
science.
lineage.
No,
To say you're a
Common
different
sense.
species, it's utterly inaccurate.
A different race.
We're
The
not
same
different
thing, different
race.
nation
Race
of
is
people.
socially constructed. We're a different nation. That's the words you
But
use.
you're not trying to be us semantical, man. You know exactly what I'm talking
I'm not being semantical.
You know exactly what
I'm not being semantical.
You know what I'm talking
Semantical
about.
is wordplay.
You know what I'm exactly.
You said race.
You know, bro.
No.
You know what I meant.
All right.
You know
what?
exactly what I meant.
I'm not here to argue.
Let's not play games.
But I'm not
Let's
here
not
to play.
games.
Just because I called you out on something doesn't mean I'm here to play
No,
games.
you don't call me out.
I have called you out on something.
Listen,
I've listened to you. I've
because
listened to you.
A person,
I've listened to
as
you.
illiterate as you doesn't mean that you.
It has
You know
nothing.
what I meant
It
by
has
that?
nothing to do with literacy, though. It doesn't
What I
have
meant
anything
is
to
that
do
we're
with
two
literacy.
different nations of people.
You said
We're not the same.
species, then you said race, and now you said people.
Guys playing games.
I'm not
Yeah,
playing games.
he's playing word.
No. That's
What I
what I'm
meant.
playing word games.
You know what the hell I meant. You know what I meant.
I didn't until I
So
further
stop trying to say
questioned
that
you.
I meant something else.
No,
I said
I
this.
didn't know
You
until
know
I
what I was
further
actually
questioned
meaning.
you.
You know what
Until
I was
I
getting at.
questioned you further, I didn't know what you meant. That's not me trying to play word games. I'm looking at you in your eye and telling you I'm not trying to play word games.
I'm telling you, you
But I'm
know
telling
what
you.
the fuck I meant.
But I'm telling you I didn't play word games. I questioned you to ask
This guy
you.
ain't right, bro. Yeah, listen,
I've
Like,
listened
for example,
to you.
in Sierra Leone,
I've listened, brother. I'm going to
we
go
have
now.
we have
Take care.
tribes like the Temne who wear fringes at the end of their garments, man. Where did we get that from? Did we just make it up? At the air. And that guy that just came, you could tell that he was Uncle Tom. All right.
And the thing with that, and
No,
the thing with
tell.
those, the thing with him, the guy that was actually speaking, you know, because you got, and see, this is the thing with Esau. Esau think that Jake is just the stereotypical, you know, gang bang type of, life. They live in that lifestyle. But you got certain Jakes that are coming from a different class, and that Jake, you can tell he's coming from a middle class. All right. But the Jakes that are coming from a higher class, they're proud and they think they're better than other Jakes. But not understanding that he's going to be destroyed too.
how much information he has,
He's going to be destroyed because see the thing about it is that it's like he was asking me. He said, I think he asked you. He said, well, he asked all of us. He said, how come the Israelites attract so many ex-convicts? So I took that as an insult because you have a lot of scoffers on the internet that would say the same thing.
Right.
But let's just say that that's the truth. Guess what? The Lord came, didn't it say in the scripture, the Lord came to bind up the brokenhearted?
Right.
The Lord ain't coming for uppity Israelites, man. Most likely.
Like guys like that, man. That's a proud nigga, man.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Imagine if Yahweh Shai was here. He'd be arguing with Yahweh Shai.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be arguing. He'd say, listen, you said this, but then you said that.
Yeah.
He'd be trying to argue, and then Yahweh Shai said, he's going to get a missile.
Yeah.
That's his future.
You see, what these Jakes don't understand, because he thinks because he's coming from a high extent or background, he knows it all. But when you actually read about who the world called Jesus Christ, as he claims to believe, the Lord himself came from the hood. How about them apples? Okay? So this is the thing, man. A lot of you middle class Israelites out there, man. A lot of you niggas, I'll call you. You're not even Israelites. A lot of you are gonna be destroyed, man. Along with the same Negroes you look down on. Okay, because you may have something different in terms of class, but you're all in the same, because a lot of you are walking your own walk, man, and you ain't walking before the men of the Lord. You ain't walking the walk of the men of the Lord. Let me say that. So because of that, hey man, the Most High got some cooking for you. Negroes out there.
I got a precept. This is wait. This is 1 Corinthians 1. Hold on, wait.
This is not a joke. This is no joke.
No, for me, interview.
No, I don't want no interview. We don't do interview.
No, interview.
No interview.
Test.
Right, so it says 1 Corinthians 1, verse 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. I will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent. Right, because that Negro, he tried to come with all these different definitions of certain words, species and race and nation. And it's the same shit, man.
Yeah.
And the guy's trying to be all specific. And he knew exactly, but he was trying to, even when a nigga know he was wrong, he was still trying to concrete what he said.
Yeah.
Even though he's fucking wrong, he's got so much pride. See, I remember Tahar said that one time, man. He said that nigga got so much pride that even though he's wrong and everyone knows he's wrong, he was still trying to back up, reinforce what he said, man. That's so much pride in nigga.
Yeah.
He will never admit that he's wrong. He'll never admit, man. That's how much pride a nigga has, man. Like that guy. As eloquent as he sounds,
Hey, he's still a nigga, bro.
he's still he's no different than the niggas
In the hood.
Exactly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? See, the Most High is not dealing with how eloquently you speak and how many degrees you got. The Most High don't care about that guy and how nicely and how he sounds out all his words.
Yep.
Word after word. And the man that said this, and how good is Queen's English. The Most High don't care about that.
Yep.
Now, if you go to these colleges, they'll listen to him before they'll listen to me. You know why? Because how he speaks, man.
Yeah.
They'll judge him by how he sounds out his words and how well versed he is in the Queen's English. And somebody like me, they won't even listen to me. They'll turn their back to me because I'm not as eloquent, man. Because that shows you that this world it's not in the image of the heavens, man. Because the Most High doesn't think like that. The Most High judges he tries the reins, man. He tries the spirit, man.
But you know what, though? I will say this, though. The Lord do have a select few of men that are set up to be over other people. You understand what I'm saying? But as a whole, the Lord, because see, what the Lord did is the Lord set the elect up and to go through different, ways of life. You have the elect that have lived in the hood. Okay, you got the elect that lived in different backgrounds of life. And that's just the testament of the Lord, and so that they can get, the sealing on how Jacob is living, and so that when they wake up to the truth, they'll be able to expound more on the curses and bring and edify the point. Okay, because that's why we're really catching hell. That's why we're down and outers right now, because the Lord, obviously, we're under the curses, and we fell to hearken unto the word of the Lord. But at the same time, we're learning a lesson of the manners of our own people, so that we can bring the curses, so that we can bring the verses to light, the scriptures to light. Okay, but like the brother said, the Lord ain't concerned about nothing but uppity Negroes, man. All right, the Lord is not looking for eloquent, soft speakers, and they look all soft and they think they better than certain people and all of that stuff. Because really, all of us, we look like crap. But really, realistically speaking, we're better than them guys. Them guys that came up, we're better than them, because in the kingdom, we're gonna be ruling over them. So so I mean, if you look at me, right, and you look at this brother, we look kind of rough. We don't look like we're coming from the soft side of things, man. Because he kind of got that rough look.
So if you look at Jake's on the wall, you don't mean to deviate from the point.
Smooth face.
Right. Even if they have a beard, it's trimmed, it's all like,
Yeah, it's lined up.
it's all shaved proper. Or you don't have hair sticking out, like, you see how my beard's got hair sticking out and shit. It's all, you can clearly see, it's like you just went to the barber shop. All lined up to a certain level. It's all at the same level. You know what I'm saying? It looks clean. You know, Vaseline on the lips. You know that look. Looking nice, man. Looking fresh. And most girls will be attracted to that. But they think that, this guy is doing good in society. He's doing good. That's what a woman is attracted to. A man who looks like he's doing good, he looks soft and, in fact, let me get that.
I say something good. Because he talks about prisons. The word is for those people. What's wrong with this guy, man? That this truth is for them, so they can be transformed by the renewing of their mind.
Yeah, the Most High is really, when you check it out, the Most High is really looking for the underdogs, man. Most likely, mostly. I mean, you're gonna have some Israelites that are gonna come from decent backgrounds.
Yeah.
But on an overall scale, the Lord is looking for the elect men. And the position that they're gonna play in this world, they're gonna play the down and out position. All right, because it's not about man-made class or what class you coming with, because Esau set the class system up. It ain't about that. The Most High is looking at the men that he created to be the judges of the earth. Okay? So just because you come from an eloquent background, that don't mean that the Lord favors you more than other jakes because you eloquent and you more, tone. You could be as toned as you want to be. You can know the scriptures front to back, back to front. You can go to all of these different theologian university schools or whatever. That don't mean that the Most High is dealing with you, man. All right? And it proves that because we've had multiple different people that have came across us that's coming from these different institutions, and we've shut them down. All right? Here it is with some rough-looking cats, and we're able to shut these guys down. You know what I mean? Go on.
Matthew 11, verse 7. And as they departed, Yahushua began to say unto the multitudes concerning John, what went ye out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken with the wind? Or what went ye out for to see? A man clothed in soft raiment?
Right.
Behold, they that wear soft clothing are in kings' houses. Right, because soft clothing meaning gay apparel, meaning happy apparel, looking good, fresh to death.
Looking royal.
John didn't wear fresh to death. He was in the wilderness, man. Wearing that thick, that camel skin, man. That rough stuff, man. Well, let me get it. It says, Matthew 3, verse 3. For this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight. Right? And the same John had his raiment of camel's hair, and a leather girdle about his loins, and his meat was locusts and wild honey.
Absolutely.
So this is a rough-ass Negro, man. Rough-ass black man. Think of a rough black man, man. A rough,
So-called rough.
Thick beard.
In the wilderness.
In the wilderness, man. Catching locusts.
Yep.
A lot of people gonna think that this guy, he's definitely, is he crazy? Because they said that John was crazy. Because they said, this is Matthew 11, verse 18. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he have a devil. So they're saying that, he's crazy, man. He does
bugged out.
Yeah, he's in the wilderness. There's a dark-skinned black man eating locusts and eating honey. He don't drink. He don't eat. That's his only meat is locusts. He don't eat rhinos. He just hunts locusts.
Yeah. In the wilderness.
And rough camel's hair, leather belt. Because gay apparel is like a golden girdle. Like Yahushua, he had a golden girdle. But John, he had a leather girdle.
Yeah, and he was one of the greatest prophets. He was one of the greatest prophets.
Right.
Of all.
You know what I'm saying? One of the greatest, okay? But if John was living in this day and age, people would think that he's crazy, like he's a bum or something, man. He wouldn't get no honor in this place.
Especially IURC, man. You can imagine IURC.
No, hell no.
Oh boy.
He would never get his respect, man.
They would say, look, brother, you gotta keep it. They'll look at him like he's not in the truth.
Say, brother, you need to fix the hell up, man.
Yeah. You gotta keep the commandments, brother. See this brother, he's under some serious curses, man. But he don't even know it. He's talking to John. Yeah.
To Samuel, man. To Samuel. And Samuel was a great prophet, man.
Yep.
He was a great prophet. And he was also Elijah, right? Elijah.
Yeah, Elijah.
He was also Elijah, man. The same guy that got taken up in the chariots.
I think that's Elisha, brother.
Elijah, his understanding was Elisha. And then he came back as Abu Bivin. Yeah, and Abu Bivin, he got killed by the Muslims. He got killed, man. He got killed. He got murdered. No? Alright, Elijah got murdered, man. In Babylon. By fucking Islamic niggas, man. Okay? So that's an example of how men of the Lord are going to be treated while they're in captivity, man. They're not going to get no respect. You have to understand that, man.
I've got a precept to that, what you just said out. Acts 4 verse 13 says, now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled and they took knowledge of them that they were being with Yahushua.
Right, so that's a big verse right there, because it said that the people, they thought that he was unlearned, that they were unlearned and ignorant. Peter and John. Right? Unlearned and ignorant meaning what? They wasn't in these high schools of education. Alright? It wasn't like Paul. Because Paul, he got raised up by Gamaliel. Okay? Tutored in the law, tutored in the Torah, the laws and commandments, the history. Okay? Paul received all that learning. He said he was a Pharisee of the Pharisees. Alright? So he was a high level Jew, man. He was big up there, man. That's why he was one of the chief leaders in persecuting the elect, man, at one time, when he was ignorant.
Right.
Alright? So he was like a ringleader. Paul, man. Alright? And that's why he counted himself least of the apostles when he converted. Okay? Because he knew that he was deep within the sect of the Pharisees, man. Knocking off the church, man. Members of the body of Yahushua. Okay? But that shows you that you never know who the Most High will have mercy on, man. The Most High can convert Farrakhan, man. Most High can convert that nigga, man. That proud nigga.
Farrakhan, he's a very eloquent speaker.
Yeah.
Okay, but even he ain't gonna be saved. But the Lord can convert him.
Yeah.
If he wants to. Because the Lord showed mercy on who he shows mercy unto. Because see, this society got everything twisted when it comes to the Most High. They assume that if you have a lot of wealth, okay, you look more upright and your presentation is, looks the part, then more likely you're a man of God. But when you read the scriptures about the actual men of God, they were actually a bit bugged out, man.
Yeah,
and you got to be a bit of a bug out to do what we're doing anyway.
I was about to say that.
You have to be. It's like when you read about Isaiah walked barefooted, butt naked for 3 years.
Yeah. So imagine that. Imagine seeing a dark-skinned black man with a beard walking up and down every other or every weekend.
Hey brother, just say Israelite, man. To hell with that black business.
Yeah. You see an Israelite man running down the road naked, no pants on, no vest. You know, Jake's is kind of muscular, right? So he's kind of muscular. He's just running up and down the roads. He's walking naked in the street in front of all the people. his rod hanging out, his butt cheeks. Okay? Looking wild, man. No shape up, no line up, no high top. It's all out, man. Like a yardie type, man. Naked, man. No socks on, no nothing. Alright? So that's madness right there. Okay? And now you think that guy needs to be hospitalized, man?
Like he needs to be in a state of asylum.
You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't be out here, man. He should be in hospital, man. He should be in hospital. In the mental ward section, man. So I've been in the mental ward section. It's filled up with Jakes, man. It's filled up with Jakes, man. You know? Filled up with bugged out Jakes. I've been there because my brother went there, man. So I know there's a lot of Jakes inside the mental parts of the hospital, man.
Well, you know what that backs up the scripture. The whole head is sick.
I was smacking you with madness.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. And the Lord shall smite thee with madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. And that's the reason why they're packed. And my mum, when I was 2, apparently she got sectioned, but they don't really speak about it that much, you know. It's just a shameful act or whatever. But my dad told me about it. And they're full of Jakes, man. And they don't treat them very good as well, man.
Because if you check the diet of Jake, it's not good, man. A lot of processed food, processed rice, processed flour, bread, a lot of white bread,
Seeds.
right? What's that Jamaican type bread? Cocoa bread or something like that?
Cocoa bread.
Cocoa bread, yeah.
White rice. And they cook out the meat, man. They cook it to the point where it's not even chewy. Meat is supposed to be kind of chewy, man. You know when you get the meat, you put it in your mouth and it melts in your mouth. They cook it to the point where it's not even the nutrients done fucking run out of it.
There's no whiteness in the meat. It's just brown.
Yeah. No? You can't. There's no. It doesn't have a taste. You put it in your mouth, man. That's how much they boil it. They boil it beyond belief, man. So when you put it in your body, all it is sugar. It's converts to sugar. So you have high blood pressure. All right. And your understanding of your diet, your nutritious diet is very poor, man. Especially on the old generation. Nowadays, the new generation, all right, they have some, knowledge and shit on the school. The old generation, not so, man. A lot of them are sick, all kind of pills, all kind of medication. All right. Diabetes.
Yep. Even in America too. You have a lot of so-called African Americans that are diabetic.
Yeah.
They're in the hospital, same shit.
Yeah.
And the reason being because when you look at the diet of these people, the food is just absolutely greasy.
Right.
It's just nothing but fucking grease, man.
Right.
Okay, and what it is they don't yank out the grease. They're supposed to squeeze the grease out.
Right.
But they're actually yamming the meat with the grease.
Right.
And it's not just grease, it's excessive grease.
Right. Because what's this word? Arthritis, man. A lot of Jakes are arthritis, man. You know why they go all this? Because they're piling a toxin in their body and they're not detoxing.
Yeah.
They're not detoxing. It's like only recently, in the past few couple of years, that Jakes have been on this detoxification, like understanding about different herbs.
Juices.
You know what I'm saying? What's this word, man? Yeah.
Alkaline the body.
Alkaline the body.
Yeah, exactly. Alkaline the body. Understanding about what meat is not really, like a lot of Jakes are now turning on vegetarian, man, because they understand that meat is very acidic. I'm not saying you don't eat meat. You can eat meat. It's not a sin. But a lot of Jakes they resort to this whole vegetarian alkaline thing, man. Alright? But they understand that food can be also used as a weapon against you, especially in the society that we're in.
Right.
Alright? Go on.
Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles.
Right.
Whether will I drive them?
Right, so wherever I will drive them, so the Lord in a time of our scattering, in a time where all these curses will come upon us, and we'll be driven to the four corners of the earth, mainly to the point where we're in captivity right now, in Babylon. Now, the food that we be eating, our diet, will be poor, man. It'll be very bad.
Oh, you get Ezekiel 4 as well. This is for the brother.
Oh no, I got that. Just that.
You just read-
you
just
got
read
it.
it.
Oh, that's the script.
Alright, our diet will be very bad. Alright, some of us will catch all kind of illnesses because of the food that we're internalizing. Okay? It's affecting our mind. It's affecting our certain organs. Okay? And one of our organs is the skin. But the skin is the biggest organ in the body. And you can tell whether a person's sick by looking at their skin. Because whatever is going on inside of you will have an effect on what's going on outside of you. Alright? We're showing like eczema. Alright? Alright, spots, acne. Okay?
Acne is just what is it now? Acne is it's just what's that stuff? What's that stuff
The
called?
black stuff.
No, that stuff when it comes to your nose.
Pus.
Mucus.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Because the reason why you have those spots, because that's that mucus coming out of there that your body pretty much has to pretty much break down because of all of that food that nasty. Because I mean, even when I used to eat a lot of chicken and meats and all of that, snacks. But when you eat all of these, not so good foods, like the brother's saying, it shows in the skin. Because you got certain people that are like, man, how come I'm always getting this acne all the time? It's the food that you're eating, it's the diet. So if you rearrange your diet to an alkaline-based diet, you can reverse all of that, man. Okay, especially if you're sick. Let's say you got some kind of sickness that you can't get rid of. Like let's just say sickle cell. A person that's got sickle cell, any form of disease such as that nature, they really should be very careful of their diet. All right, because even a normal person gets more affected. Also, as well as when he doesn't take care of himself.
Right. Because the reason why our food is so defiled, because in this society, it's very difficult to get a hold of good quality food. It's more expensive. And especially because those quality food stores are not in the ghetto.
Yeah.
And deliberately by design are not set up in poor neighborhoods. By design. Systematically, meaning they understand where Jake are, the Hispanics and Jake, and then they know where so-called white neighborhoods is. And they position all the health food stores in the white neighborhoods.
Yep.
Away from Jake. Like it's almost like a death campaign. Trying to destroy Jake, man. Through food alone. Through food alone. That's more proof that this society hates us. Going back to my original point, it's blessed are they that are poor in spirit. Because we're poor in spirit on this side, man.
Wow.
Our diet is bad. Defiled. Alright? Majority of our people are up in McDonald's, man. All the time. Go and see the little woman inside there eating hamburgers, fries that can't even break down.
It's not even real food. That ain't McDonald's, that ain't even real food. That's what you call plastic food.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's all it is. All the ingredients that makes up the food, they're taking it out of there and they've interchanged it with different kinds of unnecessary stuff in it, man. Chemicals.
Coca-Cola. Our people drink Coca-Cola.
Oh, you want to commit suicide, you drink that.
That's how you start fucking car engine, man. Coke, Pepsi. You can't be drinking with that, man. You got all kind of other alternatives to drink if you want to drink Pepsi. You can drink different blueberry juices, orange juices, apple juices, other juices and fluids that have natural occurring sugars in it.
Yep.
But you want to go and drink Pepsi. What's wrong with you?
Like dates, that's natural sugar as well.
The natural sugars that are contained within certain fruits, man. That will tickle the taste buds. You don't need to drink some fucking oil, whatever the fuck that is.
And you know what as well with that Coca-Cola stuff, you can actually clean your toilet with it. That's how strong that shit is, man.
Yeah.
So if you can clean the stains up your toilet, Just imagine what it's doing to your insides.
And what really put me off coke here is the fact that it takes a very long time for it to flush coke out of your body. It doesn't just like, it's not like water. Water just comes out. Coke stays within you for a long time, for weeks, for like 8 weeks, something like that, 9 weeks.
Yeah.
A long time. It's difficult to flush it out. It takes how many bottles of water to flush it out? So that's a killer, man. Coke.
And you know what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm thinking of going to the McDonald's, right? Buy me a big burger, and I'm gonna just leave that shit out there for like probably like a year.
Yeah.
See what happens? And I guarantee you, if I bring it back to you, it's gonna look way better than when I first started.
And it's like people on YouTube have done that, man.
Yeah.
And they had it for 1 year, and
Yeah.
none of it was rotten,
It wasn't right.
including the bun.
Not even the bun.
And they say if mice ain't attracted to any kind of food, so-called food, if mice ain't attracted to it, mice know, animals know that it's not food.
Yeah.
So, and no insects, no mice, no flies was attracted to it because they know better.
Yeah. And so that's why you also have a thing called colon cancer. Because all of that food sticks, all of that food is stuck inside of your